The Bryant's Family Medicine All Sports Media presents the Wednesday Sliders. And man, do we have an action packed night for you tonight. Ryan, how's your week been going?
Going pretty good. I'm glad to try to get back to a kind of a civilized normal with the funeral and everything that I've had to go through this weekend. I did miss being around. Sometimes life gets in the way and everything. You have to do stuff like that. But I'm just kind of glad to get back to normal.
And again, my condolences for your loss. And I can't say how much, how happy we are to have you back. There's a tough little stretch there without you, but we're glad to have you back.
You're missing a big time person that can write stories and everything. Having to do two people.
Yeah, and talking about two people, if I ain't mistaken, there's two people going to be somewhere on Friday. And if I'm not mistaken, is the game at 7?
I will look here because I've got this. I've got the schedule right here. Yes, it shows 7 on KSAA.
Well,
I thought it was 5:30.
But the Bryant's Family Medicine All Sports Media, we are going to be down at Pineville on Friday, March the 29th, as the Pineville Lady Lions will host the Barville Lady Tigers in fast pitch. And man, I'm actually excited to get down there to, give them some coverage, get to watch both teams play. What's your thoughts on that matchup, Ryan?
I've watched Pineville once when the first game of the season. I'm looking forward to seeing how they've grown since then, and this will be my first time watching Barville. So I'm just looking forward. This is the district opener, so I'm looking forward to seeing how both teams go into Pineville district opener, which Barville's already had their district opener.
Yeah, I agree with you. And while we was talking there, Ryan, we had our first guest come on. So let's go. Let's go ahead and bring her on. Well, how are you doing?
Good.
So if I'm not mistaken, I think you're down at near Myrtle Beach right now, ain't you?
Our team's at Myrtle Beach.
And you got it's a tournament. Is it a tournament or a classic?
I think we're just going to play games. We play our first game at 9 tomorrow morning.
And if I'm not mistaken, that would be, is it Worthington Christian out of Ohio?
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to lead me into my first question on that. Have you had any chance to look at them yet?
No, but I'd say they're pretty good just by hearing of them, but I haven't heard anything about them.
Being pretty good, I have to say myself right now, looking at your record, y'all are 5-0, and you're putting up some big time numbers against everybody. So, just give me your thoughts on the way your season started out.
This is the first time we've been 5-0 in a long time, so I think our team's just been playing good. We've been hitting the ball really good, and we've just all been playing together. And
Ryan, before go ahead. Ryan, before I start showing graphs and asking all the questions, I'll let you ask a few there.
Yeah, this kind of looking at your stats. Down back, but you've pitched 18 innings so far. You gave up 15 hits on 11 runs. You've got 10 strikeouts. You've got a 3-0 record. In them games, do you have a feeling that when you go into the game, you're going to have a good pitching day?
I know whenever I strikes, and I have a good defense to back me up. But yeah, I just throw strikes mostly.
Yeah, just looking at your schedule, and I'm kind of using my phone for all this. I mean, you've played 2 of 13th region teams, but it's kind of just talk about. I mean, just each of the teams that you've played. What do y'all think when y'all went into the game to knowing how good they are and everything like that?
Well, we played some of the teams last year, so we knew like how some of the teams were, but we just look at their record and see how they are and play based on that.
Edwin?
All right. Well, Ryan, I'm gonna have to use your. Well, I think I got them wrote down, but I've got a graph here that I've actually went in and calculated a little bit of the stats and everything like that to pull up some averages. And when Ryan gets lined out here,
Sorry about that.
but right now it's showing. I took your stats. I think this is because you've played all the way back from being in 7th grade with them. Is that correct?
Mhm.
So this is adding all your stats together. Right now you're batting at a .437. You've got 51 RBIs, 21 stolen bases, 17 strikes. Your ERA is 2.65, and you played 64 games. So I've just got to ask you, what kind of work do you have to put in to be able to perform like that?
Well, whenever I was little, I played travel ball a lot, and I don't play travel ball anymore. But like whenever I was little, I just played so many games, and I guess playing so many games helped.
So, talking about travel ball, how do you think travel ball helped you when you got to playing, on the high school level?
Well, I guess when you're little, you like learn how to play the game, and like the more you get to play, the smarter you get. So, I don't know.
But, I got to ask you because I know you're at Myrtle Beach up at South Carolina right now. So, how hard is it to focus on knowing that you've got an upcoming game tomorrow with like all the stuff that you've got around you? I know I heard that it's been raining, but how hard is it to try to stay focused on the game and not, want to
It's
go
hard.
out and do stuff right?
But tonight we just stayed in our rooms because I guess we're just trying to get ready for tomorrow. But yeah, it's kind of hard to stay focused.
So, are y'all gonna have like a early practice, or you just gonna go to the game tomorrow?
Well, we were gonna go practice today, but where it was raining, we didn't. So I guess we're just gonna go straight to the game.
All right, and then you're from if I'm not mistaken, it's the 54th district in the 14th region. So, give me your
Mhm.
thoughts against some of your district teams. Give me your thoughts on playing against some of them.
Well, we played Leslie County a week or so ago, and they done pretty good. Like it was a good game, but that's the only district team that we played so far. So I don't really know how the other ones are this year.
And your batting average is what sticks out to me because now this is when I wrote all your stats down, they didn't have your 5th game turned in yet, but right now you're batting at a .57. So you're almost at a 600 batting average on the season. So have you been taking like a lot of batting practice, or how have you got your hits up so high?
I've been going to hitting lessons all winter. I would go to West Virginia for lessons. I get really nervous when I do interviews, so I don't know how I'm doing on this.
You're doing great.
My goodness.
But Ryan, you got anything else for I show another graph?
Yeah, and you're talking about her average there. It is updated on KCAA. It's a 588 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got the updated ones right here on my phone right beside me. My goodness.
But Yeah, let's see. So April the 8th, if I ain't mistaken, you play in the first region All A Classic. So,
Mhm.
which I'm sure you've probably played in it before, but like how, let's find the word I'm looking for. What level of confidence do y'all have to go in to the All A Classic to be able to come out with the win to be able to advance in that?
Well, the last 2 years we've made it to the championship game every single time, but we've lost in the championship. And we play Breath at first round, and they're a really good team. So we just have to I guess, practice more and just I don't know, just
But playing because you played with the varsity squad from what I'm looking at since seventh, eighth, and you're a freshman right now, right?
mhm.
So in each year, it looks like you've gotten, as my brother likes to say, bigger, stronger, faster each season. So what do you have? What do you do in the off season to be able to keep yourself going like that?
Well, I practice a lot. I play summer league ball, and I go to lessons. And I think hitting lessons is what's helped me the most because I'm like a really good contact hitter.
Well, Mark, I'm so glad you could finally show up. He's always late, but
I'm in here with my team right now. They want to say hey. Hey.
well, see, I should give you some more motivation right there. Your team's in there with
I know it's making me nervous trying to talk and then them being in here too.
Riley, are you expecting one of them like to tackle you right here any second now, like knock you off the bed or something? Is it
No,
going to happen?
they just keep laughing at me.
If he was to happen to be tackled, who's going to be the one tackling you?
Mallory.
you.
Well, first off, I know they don't hit you with the hard hit questions like me. I bring it, but I got to find out first off if you had your choice of candy bars, which one would you pick?
Probably a Hershey bar. Or
Hershey
a Reese's
bar over
Fast
the.
Break. I love Reese's Fast Break.
I mean, the school candy bars. Would it be caramel or the wafers or the dark chocolate or?
Probably caramel.
Ah,
Thank you, Riley. Thank you.
now he's not going to be able to fit through the door.
I just want to see one of them tackle you or something, or we just get in trouble or afraid you might bust a hole through the wall or something. It's fixing to happen. I can see it happen. So, I know you're on your spring break trip. I don't know if Edward or Ryan has asked you this question, but other than baseball or softball, what else have you did have you for fun down there?
What all are we gonna do while we're down here?
Run water slides.
I think we're gonna go to Top Golf.
Yeah. Hold on.
The water was so cold.
Well, we're from the 13th region over in here, so just tell us a little bit about your region and tell us about who you consider your rivals and just teams that you circle that you just want to beat.
He's our rival too.
On paper, Perry's probably our biggest rival, but over the past few years, I think Breathitt County has developed a bigger rivalry than Perry just because of the All A and Bateman region.
We played Breath at first round of All A.
So how long are you in? Is it Florida where you are at?
Myrtle
South
Beach.
Carolina.
South Carolina, my bad. So how long are you there for?
3 days.
3 days. So is any of you going to get homesick or just enjoying the moment right now?
Are you all getting homesick?
I reckon.
So one of you is going to have to talk a little smack against each other. I mean, we don't want you fighting, or I mean, just tell us something funny on somebody in there. Tell us a good funny story or something.
How do you tell us something?
I call Riley Notion because about 3 years ago when she was in grade, she sponsored Nova Shine on her Instagram stories. So we call her Nova.
I can't compete with that. Ryan or Edward, I can't compete with that.
Ryan.
And I think God took all my questions.
Well,
Riley, that's always Ryan's good escape. Though. He says that we always take his questions. You think he's fibbing to us, or do you think we actually steal his questions?
I don't know.
I think he's slack.
I agree. I think he's slacking.
I just now get off work.
You're slacker, Ryan. I gave you since Monday, but
Well,
Riley,
I actually just got off work too. My shirt's backward. My grease stains is on this other side, so I just like did the flipperoni here, so that it showed the grease spot. So yeah.
I'm sorry that y'all are having to deal with him. I was kind of hoping that he was going to be a little late, but but no. But I did. This is a graph that I like making for each person that we bring on the show, and these will be shareable, and I can send them to you or
Yeah.
whoever if they want them. What are you doing with the Yoda cup?
Everybody,
God,
everybody likes
Just
Yoda.
they got the
Yeah. So
I love it.
but
are you into hot coffee drinkers or cold coffee drinkers?
cold coffee drinkers. What are you?
I don't drink coffee.
Thank you. Somebody else that
Are you
don't
all
drink coffee.
hot?
Who don't drink coffee? I thought everybody drank coffee.
I don't.
Coffee is nasty.
I love coffee.
Now Riley knows what she's saying. She likes these candy bars. She likes coffee. She's got the world under her shoulders now. Thank you, Riley.
but now I like getting. I'd like to get your thoughts on the graph because these are with the photos I had you send me. But this is something that again that will be shareable after the show if I can get Mark to quit showing candy bars.
Oh, I like that.
So that will be shareable. So I mean, I can send it to you. I can send it to whoever, and I'll also have it on our pages and my personal page. But that is completely yours right after the show's over with.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Seth. That's the reason why I asked for a few of the things that I asked you for, because I like throwing that graph together for the student athletes we have on. But you know, I just got to say, from what I've seen, just for you to be a freshman, the sky's the limit for you right now, especially on what is it called, the circle? That's what it's called, ain't it? Inside the pitching, and then you've got the plate. So from what I've seen, from all the stats I've wrote down, I mean the sky's the limit for you. But one of my final questions that I always have to ask, it can be from the time that you played travel ball, high school ball, summer ball, whichever one. Tell me probably your most favorite game that you have played in.
Um, I gotta think about it. Probably whenever we beat Brett at first round of all A last year, that was a good feeling.
I can see that. And then who would be the most favorite person that you have played against?
Um, well, my best friend also plays for Brett. That she's their left fielder, so her.
I would say your favorite person you played with, but your whole team's in there, so I don't want to throw that question out there. But I do appreciate you coming on. And again, this graph will be shareable. Do either one of y'all got any final questions?
Thank you for having me. I know I answer these questions really weird, but I don't like interviews.
You did really well.
You done great. You done
Yeah.
great.
It's been a real fun interview, and that's what we try to
Exactly.
have with these interviews. We just try to have fun, and yins the young ladies and young men, yins under enough through school and through athletics. If we can help you smile a little bit, we've did our job.
Mm-hmm.
But I would like to ask you one thing again. We're in the 13th region. Yins do a lot of travel ball. You and your teammates. So can you name any 13th region player that you've played with or against that clicks on you right off the top of your head? North Laurel, South Laurel, Corbin, any of these places?
I've played with all the girls from North Laurel travel ball.
So are you the it's a question I ask a lot of the females and the young but are you like still like you just wanting to beat each other on the field, but like they're all friends off?
What? I'm sorry.
Or I mean, are you still like friends off the field? You still keep in
Yeah,
contact and
yeah, we are.
okay.
Ryan, any final thoughts?
I guess.
Want to tell them about you?
I keep on coughing, my bad. But I was going to say good luck to y'all the rest of the season, and hope y'all play injury free.
Hey, we wanted to show you Peyton. Peyton is our pitcher that throws like 60, but she's been hurt. But hi.
I would just
Did you say 60?
Yes.
And she's in 8th grade.
She tops out at what, 63? Yeah, 63.
Oh, listen, I wouldn't even be able to see that pitcher coming.
Nope.
Pretty fast.
Yeah, listen, I can barely see Marks, and he throws it like 5. He throws like a 5. So I mean, 60. I wouldn't even get up there. So that leads me to one more question. Okay, Mark up here likes to call himself Chief Knockahoma. Do you think he could hit your fastball you're throwing at 63?
Nope, not one bit.
Say, I'm glad she agrees with me.
I would think good.
Well, listen, I tell you what, we might have to see if we can get with the coach when she gets healed up and go up there and see if you can hit one more. I don't believe you can.
If I could see it, I could hit it. But I probably wouldn't be able to see it.
I can't see it. I'm going to tell you that.
Nope.
But Riley, I do appreciate you for coming on and responding to accepting the invite to come on.
Yeah, thank you.
And again, do you want me to send this? Do you want me to send that graph to you, or?
Yeah, you can just send it to me.
I sure will. Right after the show's over with, I'll go ahead and I'll send it to you. But again, best of luck. While you're up there at South Carolina, and best of luck on the remaining part of your season.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. That was a great interview. What can you say? Well, now we've got another great interview coming on.
Yep.
And let's not wait. Let's go ahead and bring him straight on.
Yeah, you held him for 30 minutes back there. You could at least offered him some lunch or something.
That's all right.
I mean, he had the Yoda cup. I thought he was going to bring you something to drink, Cooper. I mean, it's all Mark's fault.
I wasn't waiting too long.
But first off, Cooper, I want to thank you for accepting to come on. I appreciate that, and I just want to ask how you doing?
I'm doing great. I appreciate y'all for having me on here. I'm doing good. How are y'all doing today?
I done pretty good.
I was doing better until Mark came on here. I mean, I'm sure I already know his first question, so I'm gonna let him go ahead and ask his first question.
Well, Cooper,
right.
I would say I'm having a bad hair day, but well, never mind. But we have to ask all this. I know you've seen these candy bars right
I
here.
have.
So, which is your favorite ones?
Probably the caramel ones. Those are real good.
2 for 2. Cooper knows.
Listen,
Cooper knows.
he's already got an inflated head. Now you just made him where he ain't gonna be able to walk out the door now, Cooper.
Well, they're too good not
Thank
to
you,
say
thank
they're
you,
my
thank
favorite.
you. Top quality.
But I gotta. If I'm not mistaken, has it been 7th or 8th grade that you've been playing on the varsity level?
Since 8th grade.
And if I'm not mistaken, this is just your sophomore season. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you hear that, Mark? He's just a sophomore.
Yep.
And I'm gonna. If Ryan, do you want to try to see if you can read these stats out?
Yeah, I've got a big enough screen where I can see them. Let's see. Cooper Block here. He's got a batting average of 385 with 26 RBIs, 10 stolen bases, 67 strikeouts, 27 hits on 48 games.
That's pretty good.
Phenomenal numbers.
Thank you
Listen,
very much.
the stolen bases is one of the things that stands out to me because I don't know how often y'all pay attention, but that stuff is. There's no way I could run from one base to the other myself, let alone trying to steal it. I mean, and he's made it look easy.
Well, I appreciate the praise.
I'd be thrown out halfway down the base path.
But before I jump in and let all them start answering their questions or asking their questions, I just got to ask, what kind of work do you have to put in to be able to perform at that level that you're performing at?
I mean, I just play year round, and I'm constantly trying to work better. Just I'm in the cage 3 times a week, and I'm outside running, throwing, doing whatever I can to get better. So, just staying consistent is the key to playing good, I guess. In my
And
standpoint.
I asked him the other day how fast he was pitching. He said he hadn't been radared in a while, but when I was watching him out there warm up when he took the mound, you could hear the catcher's glove a popping when he was throwing that pitch. So I'm pretty sure that that pitcher had a real sore hand right after a few pitches because he was making it pop. I do know that. I mean, he had some speed and velocity behind that.
I appreciate it.
But Mark, I'll let you ask a few questions before I jump in and ask them all.
Cooper, just so far, I know it's early in the season. Can you just tell us a little bit, your thoughts on the season so far?
Well, so far we're 3-3 right now, and I mean it's a big improvement from last year. We struggled last year, and this year I think we're really coming together. I mean, we get the bats rolling good. I mean, just about every game. I mean, we've struggled here and there, but for the most part, we stay pretty consistent. Our pitching's looking good. Everything's really clicking right now, and if we can keep consistent like this, I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, you're definitely getting a lot of attention for sure. Uh, can you pinpoint any differences from this year from last year? That just roll your sleeves up, just went to work.
Yeah, definitely. I'd say the effort level from everybody has went up since last year. I mean, last year a lot of losses. Just we had to come back this year looking to win. I mean, I think that lit a fire under everybody and just allows us to play our game as hard as we possibly can.
Um, um, I know that you know a lot of. Are there any other sports you play that we're not familiar with?
No, I just play baseball, travel baseball all year round.
How's travel baseball? How's it help improve your game?
Well, I think just constantly seeing live pitching just year round definitely helps me in the box. Just having that constant experience, I mean, it helps a ton. And going out and playing in different places, you get to see a lot of better competition, and it just prepares you for whatever you're going to see during the high school season.
Cooper, anybody that's watched you play baseball knows how good of an athlete, all around athlete you are. I mean, has it been a thought of yours to maybe play basketball or football or anything like that? Or you just strictly baseball on?
Well, I used to play basketball for a while, and it's never really crossed my mind to play again. I just don't love it like I love baseball.
Absolutely, Ryan.
Uh, to talk about your head coach, and I'm not going to attempt to try to say his last name because I'll just butcher it too bad. But let's talk about his improvement to y'all from last season to going into this year. How's he helped the team move forward?
Yeah, definitely getting Coach Six helped us a ton. I mean, everybody was excited when we heard that he was coming on. Of course, I mean, an excellent coach from LMU. Just just great all around. He's really helped us refine our game, refine our pitching, fielding. I mean, he's helped us a ton. He's organized us a lot better, and really, our whole coaching staff has done that. I mean, they all come together and they help us a ton. I mean, I can't even tell you how much I've personally improved from the advice from all my coaches, Six Eye, Overbay, Crawford, and Carroll.
Yeah, I mean, you have pitched like 7.2 innings this year. I mean, you've got like 11 strikeouts. Has there been one game, and I may still question here, is there one game so far this year that you've played that you can't wait to get started playing?
Uh, I'm I really couldn't put a name on any. I'm just ready to play anybody. I'm excited for the whole season to come out, and I'm ready to go out and win some games.
Edwin?
That's a great answer. But Cooper, I had somebody send me a few pictures that I like to make graphs with,
Mm-hmm.
and Mark always says he likes them, but I like to get the player that I make them for opinion. But I kind of threw this one together for you, and after the show, I can send it to you or whoever you want me to. But they will be released on the pages and of course my personal page, and they will be shareable.
Oh, dang, that looks good. I like that. Yeah, I like that a ton.
Well, good deal. I do appreciate that. So I like putting those together. So
Yeah, I appreciate it. Those look good. I like that one.
oh, no problem. And again, that'll be yours right after the show's over with. I'll be able to send it to you or whoever. And but there's a few questions I always love to ask. Through your time playing right now, it can be travel ball, high school ball, anything like that. What has been your most favorite game that you've got to play in so far?
Oof, that's a tough question. Um, hmm, that's hard. Uh, if I really had to put one, it'd be one of our most recent ones against Perry County Monday. I mean, we got down early 2-0 and was able to come back and run rule them 13-3. And I mean, like, it just showed how much we fight. I mean, it encourages me to just keep giving my all because I know my teammates give it their all. So that has to be my favorite, definitely. Just seeing my
And
teammates fight like that.
at that game Monday, if I ain't mistaken, I actually used one of your quotes in a story that I wrote about about that game.
Yes, sir.
You said the words "we fight." It's in our blood, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's how you said it to me. So
Absolutely.
I mean, it
Absolutely.
was proven. I mean, y'all did go down, but I think it was two real early, and all of a sudden y'all just came out with all guns blazing. And it's just ended up. I think y'all ended up run ruling, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
Yes, sir.
But that leads me into my next one. Who has been your most favorite person to play against?
Mm. Uh, well, if I had to say my favorite, it'd be probably one of the only, I guess, friends I got out there on other high school teams is Tate Murphy from Cumberland Gap. Playing him, it's just I've known him my whole life, and getting to play against him, it's nice to know that he's still out there, he's still playing. Getting to compete against him was fun, definitely.
And again, I want to stress this out to you, Mark. That this young man right here is just a sophomore, and I don't know if you've had a chance to look at Bell County's roster yet. But correct me if I'm wrong. I think you've only got one senior on your
One
team this
senior,
season.
yeah. Yes, sir.
So I mean, and he's a strong reason why Bell County has came out this season as good as they have been. But I got to get your thoughts on looking at your schedule. Y'all have got, if I ain't mistaken, it's Somerset Christian coming up on
Yep, tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Yes,
And is
sir.
that
And
at
Friday.
Somerset?
Tomorrow is at Somerset and Friday is at home.
So have
Play
you
them
had a
back to
chance
back
to look at
days.
them yet?
We've been looking at them some. I mean, it's just like any other teams. We can't count them out, and we can't expect ourselves to lose. So we've seen them. They got some tough guys, and I mean, we've got some tough guys too. So we just got to go in there ready to win and ready to battle. So that's just the mindset we got to have against anybody, really.
Mark?
Going back to your stolen bases and stuff like that. What goes into just I know there's more to it than just running the second base, but mentally, what goes into that? Is that just where you're reading the pitcher the whole way and just perfect timing, or what goes into that?
Uh, well, I feel like just recently I even got fast, so I got to think about it a little bit. I think probably the biggest reason for me is honestly my coach Adam Overbay. He used to still base all the time in high school. I wish I could still base like that, but uh, he's definitely helped me just learn to read. He's helped our whole team just learn how to read a picture, learn how to read moves, and I mean I think just having the mindset of just getting ready to go and being smart about it that's about all you can do, really.
When you're talking about mindset, they sometimes you're on first base and you're just like, "I've got this." I mean, you just know that you got it.
Definitely.
One, that's for sure. I watched him still a couple Monday, and one of them he was on base and they called him out. But I was there, seen that one.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was a rough one. That was a rough one.
We always, we interview some of the football players, and we always talk about how they run up and down that hill. Have you ever tried to go up and down the hill any?
Never. I ain't doing all that.
You like to keep it more like a straight run,
Yeah,
right?
I'll
Yeah.
keep it flat and I'll be fine.
Listen, I don't blame you. And the only way you're gonna get him to run up and down that hill is if you put Taco Bell on one side or the other, and he's on the other part
I would be there.
I might have to too if it's up there.
But see, Cooper get the food first because I'm not beating him up that hill. That's for sure. He be waving at me. He'd probably hand me a napkin afterward or something. I don't know. Ryan.
I mean, how do y'all have to when it comes into district play here in the middle of April? How's it going to take the next step on trying to get out of the first round and into that championship game and into the regional tournament?
Well, I think the main part, we're gonna have to see them first. I think we play all of them. I think we play both Harlins and Middlesboro during the regular season, and that'll help a ton. But I think if we can, again, consistency is key on being able to take the next step and be able to get into the district championship and region tournament. And we just got to stay consistent and keep our heads down and keep working. And I'm sure that we'll go far.
I mean, I have to agree. I have to agree with everything you said. But Cooper, again, I do want to thank you for coming on, and I just want to wish you best of wishes for the remaining part of your season. And
Thank
I'm
you.
looking forward to getting back out there and getting to cover you again because it was fun getting to watch you play out there.
I appreciate it. Thank you for letting me on here tonight.
No problem. I appreciate you coming on.
Y'all have a good night.
You too.
True.
I mean,
Great
what can we
interview.
say? I mean, it's a great interview, and well, let's keep them rolling. We got we got another one right here waiting on us, Mark, and you kept her back here waiting the whole time.
Addison, I tried to get him to get you on the show, and he's like, no. So if you're mad at anybody, be mad at Edward. Or just be mad at Ryan for no reason. Either or.
Well, thank you very much. If I'm not mistaken, I asked her on the 19th.
He did, actually.
So you're the one that held it up back there. But Addison, I do want to thank you for coming on the show, and I do appreciate you coming on. And I'm sorry that you had to deal with Mark. I was hoping to have somebody else, but you get Mark.
It's okay.
But
He just
Ryan,
killed
do you want to
Ryan.
use your good eyes?
Yeah, I can.
Hold on a second. He's something jealous of his hair. Ryan, he ain't got no hair.
Addison, who's got the best hair between me, Ryan, and Edward?
I think it happened.
Wait,
I didn't
it can't
hear
be you, Mark. You ain't got none.
who she picked. Who'd you pick, Addison? Who's got the best hair?
Edward asked me to be on here. I think I'd have to choose Edward.
See there?
That's bribery or something. I don't know. Something like that. See, Ryan's already left the show. He's mad. So, he's
No.
mad.
But Ryan, I'm gonna pull this graph up, and if you can use your eyes, because it looks small where I'm at. So
Addison Hill has a 370 batting average, 34 RBIs, 23 stolen bases, 2 home runs, 80 hits on 67 games.
So I gotta ask you, what does it take to be able to perform like that? Night in, night out.
Well, a lot of practice and a lot of hard work with the team, especially because it's not just a one-person game. And, we all just work chemistry, and it helps a lot, too.
So my biggest question that I have for you is playing as catcher. How hard is it to be one of the best catchers that I've actually ever seen play? So, I mean, how hard is it to be able to get up, down, throw it like you do, and just take them hits like I've seen you?
It's hard at times, but just shake it off and get over it. Just go to the next play. And I mean, every pitch that Rachel throws is a squat for me, so my legs are used to it.
I don't know. I've seen her throw some fast ones your way, and you just make it look like it's natural. You're just like, nah, I got it. But Mark, before I start asking all the questions, I'm gonna let you hit with that hard hitting question.
Well, I'll save that for later. I'm interested in one story I read today, and it was coming from the big one on 106.3. Maybe you can fill me in on it or help me, or I don't know if you've heard about it, but it looked like maybe the Pineville school board has agreed upon like awarded a 3.29 million like whole field renovation deal. Have you heard anything about that?
I've heard a little bit,
Do you,
but I don't know. It
uh,
definitely won't be here anytime when I'm in high school. I don't think, unless they start like right now.
yeah, that looks like that's a lot of money. A lot of it looks like but that just shows the course that Pieble's going on. It just not only the school, the city, everybody. It's just a whole team working together, and athletics is definitely on the rise. And can I say the Ville? I'll
Yeah.
say the Ville. I'll say the Ville. But yeah, Pavel's on. But I just wanted to ask you that. But as a playing catcher, you spoke a little bit about it. I mean, is your body holding up really good? I know playing that position, you have to take a lot of nicks and cuts and bruises and bumps, don't you?
Well, yeah, but I tell you the only thing that hurts the most is catching Rachel sometimes. He throws so fast.
Have you ever missed one and it like bonked the umpire and you thought that she just plumb killed the umpire?
Yeah. And there's sometimes where like a team will be going to bunt and it'll just sort of nick the bat just a little bit and it'll hit the umpire and I'm like, are you okay? Like, I'm sorry, that was my fault.
But yeah,
Well, well, real quick, I'm about to interrupt you. I don't know if you've seen that comment down there, but it does say Addison is the best.
I know, I seen it.
So,
uh, God, tell us a little bit about Coach Daniels.
He he has the most love for Pineville that I have seen in anybody. This man loves Pineville more than anybody. And I think that him becoming coach, I mean, it's just there's a whole world of opportunities out there for him because any school that he's at, I believe he'd love that school just as much as anybody else.
Is that love? Is it like addicting? Like I'm addicted to coffee. I love coffee, so you can see how much that this man loves the program, and it sort of like rubs off on everybody.
Oh yeah, he definitely can. It, I mean, it's just a good vibe because every day
A-
on like, let's go, and you're like, okay, good vibes.
so Addison, correct me if I'm wrong, but every time Mark asks me that same question, I always have to tell him when you think of Bobby D when it comes to Pineville, that man eats, sleeps, and breathes Pineville. Everything.
Yeah, he bleeds humble.
So with all that love and stuff, how much easier does that make for you to just play as a team?
The can't think of what I say this. He provides such a good like community for us as a team, and I mean that as a whole is just great. So I guess everybody on the team takes that as a like a, and I mean we thrive off of.
Well, before I let you go, I asked this to everybody, so maybe you could help me be 3 for 3. Give me a perfect night. I know you've seen them candy bars.
I've
Okay,
been
so
I've
so which is your favorite?
I've been watching, and I hate to break it to you, but I do not like caramel.
At least somebody agreed.
No, I've been watching that the whole time, and I was like, I'm not.
So what do you like? Do you like the almond one or the dark chocolate or?
I'm a dark chocolate girl. I love dark chocolate.
Well,
Listen,
well,
anything's better as long as it ain't caramel.
Do, do, do you know what happened to them though? I mean, have you noticed how thin they are? I mean, they used to be like that. Well, what's happened to them?
I, I don't know.
You're like, quit asking me these questions. I wouldn't know this.
They come in at school this year, and I was like, "What is this?"
Yeah, I mean, they look like a piece of paper now or something. They used to be really, really like that. They had coupons. I just don't know about today's new generation. They don't like caramel. They all like dark chocolate. So, yep. Ryan, wherever Ryan's going, Ryan's leaving. He's
No,
done.
I had to go upstairs for a minute. But going back to trying to get y'all schedule on my phone here. But what? Go back when you played the Middlefield game there on the 19th, I think it was. Let's talk about how's it like beating your crosstown rival on the road in your head coach Bobby D's first game as a head coach.
It was great. I mean, it's always great to beat your crosstown rival, but I felt like overwhelming joy for him because again I know how much he loves this team, and I mean just he it was I was so happy for him.
Yeah, this let's see. Talk about going into the All A. I know it's here in a couple of weeks still, but I believe you play Williamsburg. Let's talk about what to do to try to get past them, and try to get into the semifinals and hopefully get a All A championship.
Well, I did not get to play against Williamsburg because I caught strep, and I'm currently getting over it, and I hope that I will be 100% by Friday when we play Barble. But I know I watched it, and I know that our girls did a phenomenal job.
Marco Edward.
Yeah, I'm glad Ryan brought up the game against Middlesboro because I was actually there, firsthand, and I just got to get your comment on the emotions because I seen it not only going through Bob D, but I seen it going through you all, and I actually seen it going through your fan base too. The moment that the game was over with, the fan base was even emotional for that first win. So give me your thoughts on that. How it feels to not only you and your coaches being together, but the fan base being right there showing the same support.
It's amazing because when I started playing for this sport, this school didn't have the fan base that it does now because we were just coming, and now that we've built this program to where we are at right now, I mean it's great. The fans have followed us from the time we started until now, and it's amazing.
I mean, I've followed Pineville sports for many years. So I mean, I have to agree that the fan base now compared to when I first started watching, it's like a total 100% turn, and the fan base is there regardless win or lose. But now that leads me into me getting your opinion on something because Mark always, I think he lies. Half the time he tells me everything looks good, but I don't believe him half the time. But I had you send me a few things, and I made this up kind of for you. So I just want to get your thoughts on it.
That's great. I really like that.
And after the show, that will be on our pages. That'll be on my personal page, and if you want it, I can send it to you. However you want it. But I do like making those up for the student athletes we bring on. But so again, that's yours as soon as the show's over with, however you want it. So So we did get a comment that said, "Let her know her favorite coach hopes she gets better soon."
Thank you.
So just wondering, who's your favorite coach?
Have to be Robert Daniels.
And then I'm assuming I know who this come from too. It said that's my catcher right there.
Rachel? Because I can't who it's from. It just says Facebook user.
That's all we get here too. I just get Facebook user.
I know exactly who it is because I've got the live thing up here, so I can see who the comments are.
Ryan's got the hookup. You know, he's always got the answers. So I just get Facebook user.
So, I wanted to ask this question, but I don't know if it's a good question to ask or not. But I know you being a catcher, I heard Mark asked about has any of the balls ever popped up and hit a couple of the umpires. Have you ever felt like you should just move out of the way of a couple of them pitches and just let them hit the umpire?
No, never. Because not only would that be bad, show very poor sportsmanship.
Well, I don't know. Sometimes I've wanted to hit a few refs.
Well, even if I'm having problems with like the plate ref, I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. He's calling the game. It's not me.
I mean, you got a point there, but refs back when I was a kid, if I ever was a kid, it's a whole lot different now. But so do you do like travel ball or AAU or anything? During the off seasons?
I do. I go to lessons and camps, but with Humble being the small school, I like to get out and try different things. So I play volleyball, and I cheered last year, which keep me active in a way and help me in shape.
So so we did get another comment. It is Bobby D. Boy, this girl's the best catcher in the region. Proud of her. I'm pretty sure I don't think he's the only person that says it. I think somebody else has said that multiple times. I'm not gonna mention his name, but But playing multiple sports, how does that help you for the next sport up that you're getting ready to play?
Well, with the different sports, like volleyball, works different muscles in your body, gets you stronger. Like with my legs, where I catch and up and down, the volleyball actually helps it because I'm always jumping and moving and working just different muscles in my body. And then cheer, it works my arms because I lift people. So, I mean, it makes my arms stronger for my throws. And I stretch a lot during sports, so it just helps me stay loose and
So I've got to ask you. I love asking these two questions here, but through the time that you've played softball, what has been your most favorite game that you've played in?
District championship last year against.
I kind of had a feeling that was going to be the one you said. But that's a good answer. But who has been one of your most favorite people you've played against?
Like, how do you mean? Like just
like in soft, yeah, just like a certain player that you've had better hits on, somebody that had a harder time finding a strike zone, just like your favorite person that you get to play against.
Well, Abney Allen from Hillsboro. We sometimes when I'm at my best friend's house, she's a really sweet girl, and so I love being on the field with her, having an interaction with her. She's so sweet. By her.
And, I know the season's very young right now, but is there a game that you have highlighted or your team has highlighted that you're looking forward to playing in more than the other?
Definitely Lincoln.
I can see that. So
specifically.
So would you consider Lane Camp more of your rival or just a fun game you like to play in?
Well, I mean, they're definitely a rival. Like we have to battle them for the All A region championship, the district championship, where we play them at least 4 times a year. So it's sort of a rival, yeah.
Mark, for I asked all your questions.
I know Bobby D's listening. Bobby, help me out. What's your favorite candy bar? So please say caramel. So I can be 3 to 4. I know he's listening. Give us your favorite candy bar. But you said you cheered. I was just having the image in my head. I could see you, get the kill on the volleyball court there, and then running over there real quick and getting in the cheer. Like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, you don't do anything like that, do you?
No.
I was like, man, that'd be all over the place. I know you spoke about cheer. It's something I've had reasonable conversations with. Uh, what's your thought of like having cheer for baseball and softball games?
I think we do enough of that in the dugout. I mean, we're
You know, that's a really good answer. I never did really think about that.
I mean,
So
it's never quiet in there.
so do you like practice on these chants, or does it just come natural while you're in the dugout?
It's natural and repetition. Like the little girls don't know years yet, but I was like, you'll catch on.
So it's like some of the underclassmen. You're like looking at them and like, come on, you gotta get better at this. So like,
Get your energy up. We got to help these girls out.
uh, we know, and I'm gonna say the Ville again, but I get every time I think of Ville, I think of Louisville, but I'm gonna say Ville since the uniforms say it. But we know Bobby D, and we know your team really really well. You got one of the best pitchers in the region, if not the state. We know that. Got a good team behind her. We also know what your ultimate goal is. What is it going to take for you to get that ultimate goal?
Practice and I mean, just growing from this point in the season till, we get that time. Because we've got a lot of new girls, and we've got some girls on the field who haven't ever played the positions that they're at. And I mean, we got to practice, and practice is perfect. So.
Practice makes perfect for sure. But thank you for coming on. I hope you get to feeling better. We've got a lot of sickness in our area too. I work for a school system, so I understand. One gets sick, everybody gets sick. So just hopefully you get better soon, and hopefully we see you back out there.
Well, thank you.
Right?
I'm trying to stop my cat from getting into everything, in which he did. All the time, 7. But I'm going to say, just like Mark said, hope you get to feeling better, and hope y'all have a good, wonderful season.
Thank you so much.
Well, I'm going to say the same thing. I hope you get feeling better before Friday, because there's going I like to come down there and watch, the best catcher in the region get out there and play a little, so. But, we do expect to hopefully get to see you there Friday, if not, at least sidelines or something. But, I want to wish you best of luck for the rest of your season. And, I do appreciate you accepting, the offer to come on. And I'm sorry you had to deal with Mark. Maybe next time I can get somebody else other than Mark.
But ask him before he lets you go. So if I invite you on my show on the Sunday night, would you say I have the better hair then?
I guess we'll have to see.
And she might like these candy bars too.
No, not caramel.
But Addison, I do appreciate you coming on, and best of luck to your team. Looking forward to hopefully getting to cover you a few more times this season.
Well, I appreciate you all having me on here.
Thank you.
Bye.
Ryan, I mean, what can we say? I don't know. No, it's been a great show. So that's upside down, Mark.
I mean, just three great
I mean, like he said, three great athletes. We've been blessed. But any final thoughts?
Uh, Ryan, in all seriousness, prayers for you, your family, and I know you had a very very bad week, and I know you're slowly trying to get back to your norm. You and your family's a class act. Love you all. Just condolence, however you pronounce that. Just glad to see you back, and anything you need, we're here for you. That's for sure. And I know it was a bad week for you. Great show, Edward. Yeah, you put this stuff together as good as anybody, and even the Riley interview for Hazard, and that's the reason why I like your show. We of course we're going to promote the 13th, but you broaden that, and it's interesting just to hear these student athletes, their stories, the hazards, the all the other places you've reached out to. I can't even keep up with them. You've been all over the state. You've been Tennessee, Cumberland Gap, and just you've been everywhere. Pikeville. It's interesting to get their stories every now and then, because every student athlete has their own little story. And again, if we could help promote them, we did our job. If we've created a smile, we did our job. And even with Riley and them, the Hazard bunch, you could tell that they was having fun. They're playing softball, but they're enjoying their time with their teammates, and they're all laughing and giggling, and that's all part of being young. And if we could help these young males and females smile and laugh, then then we did pretty good for tonight.
Right.
I mean, I'm just very blessed just to be able to talk to student athletes that we will never probably get to go places like Pikeville and all the way out to Paducah. Them are places I probably in a long time probably not get to go to. But it's good just to see athletes from all over.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
interested to see what Edward pulls out of his sleeves next week. I know he's dropped some strong hint bombs to us already, but uh, Edward, I'm telling you, he's going to put one of these shows together that's going to be like the show of ages, because Edward's got these inside deals and sources that he can reach out to a lot of people, and he that's, these shows they just get more and more interesting.
See, my thing with the Wednesday sliders, the around the rim, my basketball, my baseball, softball shows. It's to me, it's not. My show is not about a certain region. My show is about promoting any and all student athletes. So all the way from the first region all the way down. I want to showcase as many student athletes as I can, and put their stats out, put their name out there, so that way if I can help just one student athlete, then I feel like I've done my job. And I love talking to all of them, regardless what school they're at. Because like you said, I've had them on here from McCracken County to Pikeville. I've had them from Hazard. I've had them from Boyd County. I've had them from teams inside the 13th. It's all about reaching out and letting these kids get showcased and getting seen. That at least that's how I look at it. But I do want to say that from everybody here at the Bryant's Family Medicine, all sports media, we appreciate you tuning in and watching us chit chat for over an hour now. But I do got thank yous and tune in Friday as me and Ryan is set to travel to the Ville as Pineville is set to take on Barville. I'm looking forward to that game. But from Bryant's Family Medicine, all sports media, everyone have a good night and God bless.